Hello, everybody, especially you people that's over 65 or 62 or 63 or whatever. And always being crazy, like usual. If somebody goes by there, he don't think nobody should move, so he scares everybody. But anyway, back to my subject. I talk enough about these dogs. They're my only friends, it seems like. I have some statistics for you. And it's about the elderly. I'm going to start a channel, and it's going to be called Lucky's Tips, especially on the senior citizens. It's going to have food tips, health tips, things that I can find out. They're over there playing. What I found out so far, there's 46 million people in the United States, and and half of them are over the age of 85. 70% of them live alone, live by themselves. This is the elderly now. Okay, 40% of them are women, and they're over the age of 75. So you got a bunch of single people living alone. Well, wait a minute, I'm not done yet. 35 million people, 28.1% of the population in the United States are single people. They're in the same boat that the elderly are, living alone. They can just get around a little bit better. That's all they can do. Okay, in 2018, there was 552,830 people. 17%, homeless in the United States, 552,830 people that were homeless. 17% of every 10,000 are homeless. There's a lot of homeless people living alone in their cars on the street, and making do. There's some in shelters, some not in shelters, but most of them are living alone. So you got all these people living alone in the United States, and especially the elderly. When is the last time that you have checked on your elderly grandmother or elderly parent or whatever, and that you know they're living alone? They can't do the simple things, carry the trash out, mop the floors, run the vacuum, but yet they're living alone. And there's not enough nursing homes in the world to put them all. How in the world are you going to put 46 million people in nursing homes when the nursing homes is already crowded as it is? Finding a vacancy for a nursing home is pretty hard. Okay. What my tips are going to be is how to manage by yourself. I'm elderly, and I manage by myself. Oh, I have occasional kid come in and go out and come in and go out, but mainly 99999 I live by myself. And they're usually gone. If they were coming through or whatever, they go to work or they'll stay a little while and they're off again. So I live by myself. Okay, and the reason I'm saying this, I've seen some incidents. A friend of mine, very close friend, named Jerry, he went and got sick. Well, we all went and go sick. Just single people living alone, young, old, whatever, they get sick. There's no one there to take up the slack, wash the dishes, make the beds, mop the floors, even if they're healthy. So when they get sick, he got sick. And apparently he paid a woman to take him to the Veterans Hospital. Well, they kept him about a month. Then they brought him back to his apartment and just dropped him off. Same woman that took him brought him back. Cost him $50 each trip. That's how screwing the elderly, but we'll get into that later on in some more videos. So they dropped him off, handing him a bottle of water. With one bottle of water now. He had a refrigerator that was about 25 foot away. So it was 2 days before I got back from my trip, and I went down to check on him because we were real close friends. and he was nursing this bottle of water. He was just like nursing this little bottle of water, and just barely taking sips because he had to. He didn't know how long he's going to be there without water or anything, and they left him by himself because he lived alone. And that's the point about it. If you're living alone, you need to provide yourself the main necessities, like something to drink. I mean, you might go a few days on food, but you ain't gonna go very long without water. And yes, if I hadn't came by, he would have probably died of thirst in his own bed. So I gave him a bottle of water out of the refrigerator, which is 25 foot away, mind you. And then I called an ambulance. We took him to the hospital. But living alone requires a different mindset, a different attitude about it. What I do is I put a small refrigerator right beside the bed where I can just reach down, open it, don't have to raise up out of bed, just reach down in there and grab a bottle of water, shut the deal. Might have some snacks in it or something like that. So therefore I've got the bare necessities. I'm not going to die of thirst or die hungry. I might die of a heart attack or something else before I can call 911, but I ain't dying of thirst. But that's what happens. The elderly are neglected. And they don't mean to, your kids don't mean to, but they work. They got their lives. And you don't want to bother them, for God's sake. You don't get a kid involved in anything, no matter how old they are. But tips on how to survive, it's like prepping or survival. I mean, you see all these shows on survival and prepping and all this stuff. The elderly need to prep every day for things that might happen. You might fall down and can't get up. There's all kinds of things that you need to be prevented. They got necklaces to wear. You need to consult your doctor almost on everything. I'll say that. This video ain't for kids, especially if you're under 13, 14 years old. You can't help us anyway. Your parents wouldn't let you. So the point about it is, and don't leave a kid that age with an elderly person. They don't need to be babysitting. But my main thing is, I'm going to put these videos out, how to prepare. And hey, you might not be might not be a senior citizen. You might just live alone. And you might be a single woman or a single man, and you ended up with the flu. You have no relatives in town. You have nobody come by and check on you. You have nothing. You can't even get to the bathroom. You can't even get here, get there. So you need to start thinking, if there's that many single people in America, 35 million, 1% of the population in America are single. You need to think about, well, what if I can't get up and get me a glass of water? What if I'm stricken with the flu or this, that, and the other, discharged from the hospital because insurance didn't cover enough, or I don't have insurance, I'm just trying to get me some aspirins and some cough syrup and just make it through the night. Well, you need to make it convenient for yourself. There is a reason why they put a little refrigerator in motels and hotels and this, that, and the other. Is to keep your drinks and your treats in it. The refrigerators are not that expensive. A little small refrigerator will set you back maybe less than $100. There's no reason you can't have one sitting by your bed where you can just reach up and get it. Just like I'm laying here, just reach, open the door. Don't put it on the ground. Pick it up, put it on a footstool or something, or dresser or something. It's right by the bed where you don't have to get up. It's right at arm level. Just reach over and get it. And that would be my tip, my first tip, is have some way, even if you don't want cold water, you can have at least a jug of water there. Jerry would have been proud to just have a gallon jug of room temperature water, but he had none but that one little 16-ounce bottle that he was nursing for 2 days. Do you want to be in that kind of shape, in that predicament? Because you're single. You're either elderly or you're just single, young. But everybody gets sick. Everybody needs a little help. You have to learn to present yourself in the area to help yourself. Make your house accessible to yourself even when you're not able to do things. I'm not saying that'll last long or anything else. But in Jerry's condition, he would have died if I hadn't have came and checked on him. You don't want to hear that, and your kids don't want to know that either, that, okay, he died of malnutrition or dehydration, and his water was 35 foot away. Talk to you guys later. If you hadn't subscribed, in the later videos, I will put up the channel that I'm going to put all these on. And it'll be Lucky's Tips, I think. Right now it's called Lucky's Arts, but I took everything, and I'm going to make it Lucky's Tips for the single. I thought it was something like that. Talk to you later.